Great God's War Call.
Hello. Hi, Felix. I have a feeling what I tried to do didn't go through.
Hello. I'm Ira.
The ever so charming Ryder Hopkins.
Rexurus here.
Go, Gopher.
Oh my god.
I am your DM, and welcome back to Misrolled Adventures, where the players make
Why aren't you
plans
on the ground drunk?
and horribly execute them.
That went surprisingly well.
So
Well, right up until the end
so
there.
close.
Right up until the end there. But
So close.
in the last episode, which was effectively
7 years ago.
say the end of season 1, because now they're unable to do what season 1 was basically about, which was the Cult of the Dragon. They've been completely cut off from investigating the Cult of the Dragon, at least with the Harpers and the Order of the Gauntlet. So
Thanks, Gopher and Ryder.
What the fuck?
Wait, Gopher?
Gopher.
it was primarily Ryder, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would have added Jacqueline if
Well, I mean, yeah.
but that person's not here.
Fair enough. But with
And the fourth one's dead.
finishing off the venture to Dragonspear and paying for their crimes, Ryder Hopkins had been imbued with a red gemstone into the palm of the hand that will electrocute him should he even think of stealing something that is not rightfully his. Going back to El Terrell, the group was stripped of majority of their rights into the Order of the Gauntlet and the Harpers, except for Rex, for Zatan had vouched for him, basically saying that he had nothing to do with anything of what had gone on. So the Emerald Enclave did not strip him of his duties, and he's able to remain in the Emerald Enclave, being the only one of rank amongst any of you.
Yeah. I also got a bunch. Everyone felt sorry for me, also.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
because you were just involved later than what
Everyone
occurred.
knew I came after they
Yeah.
did this.
But guilty by association is an unfortunate turn of events. Beside the point, with no set goals and also no money, as most of it was used to pay for your crimes, you did a day's worth of work, and Rex pleaded to the party to travel back to his hometown Neverwinter to find out what had undergone with the old orphanage that he was a part of. Getting ferry through where did we get the connection from again? It was
Him.
right,
Me.
yeah. Okay, it was a charter through the Emerald Enclave, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So getting a
It's
ferry.
not costing us money.
Nope, not costing money, which is the luck of it. It's just that it's going to take approximately 30 days or so of a sea travel to make it to Neverwinter, as you had to then go through the river, out to the ocean, to the Sea of Swords, and travel up far north. The group had spent the time learning a little bit more from Ira, as well as challenging her to a various amount of random assortments of things, including wrestling, fighting, and beer drinking.
Where'd the wrestling come in?
I guess that was more so the fighting, but Ira dropped 2 people in the blink of an eye, so...
Yeah.
Do it again.
Now to do it again.
Do it again.
Oh, okay, do it again.
I think it was a
I'd
sparring
love to
match
watch
with,
her rob
with Rex, and then
Gopher.
also a sparring match with... someone else? I can't remember who. Were there 2 sparring matches?
Ryder and Rex.
Ryder.
Ryder and Rex, right.
Yeah.
Both dropped in the first turn.
Yeah.
I did chunks of damage.
I'm fucking
Because you
do it
win
again,
first. That's all that happened.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even say you did a chunk. You did a tiny bit of damage.
Well, I did like half your health, didn't I? At least.
boy. Oh no.
No.
No, that was Rex. Rex had hit Ira 3 times.
But I
Yes.
critted him. My rapier.
Yeah, but it's still like.
Oh no, you did at about 16 points of damage.
What? No, I did
My
like 30,
hell.
40.
Well, okay, fair enough. I don't care. You still died, pretty much.
Yeah, but
You
still,
you
I
got
gotta
dropped it with a
Yeah,
finger.
you still fucking died, bitch.
What does your rapier have?
He used his whispers to add dice to it.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that dumb thing.
yeah. He did
This
the
wannabe paladin.
the makeshift divine smite.
Exactly.
Could you imagine having divine smite and that?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
That was what I was trying to go for one of my builds, but that's a lot of levels.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's 2 levels into paladin.
That's
to get
too
divine
much
smite.
still.
Beside the point.
that's,
At this
You
point,
know-
So,
you'd actually maybe be able to do frontline if you did those 2 levels.
actually, it wouldn't actually be a terrible build. Anyways, I'm gonna have to look into a character for that. But be that as it may, we'll fall back into the game. So the party is currently venturing across the sea in a sea vessel, accompanied with a number of individuals from the Emerald Enclave, primarily a reconnaissance group or a traveling group that was heading towards NeverWinter anyways. Oh no, it's a one-way trip. That's right. So they're there to specifically escort you to Neverwinter through pulling some strings by the captain of the Emerald Enclave. You guys effectively have, we'll say about 20 days left because we had fast-forwarded some time. What is everyone planning to do for the rest of this journey?
Well, how are our drunks doing?
They're up for 20 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. You're the only one who passed out.
Yeah, I was.
Or we left them puking over the side.
Yes, if I recall, both parties had effectively lost simultaneously, and both ran up to the top deck and were throwing up off the side of the ship. Some survived longer than others.
Ryder might have been. Ryder's unconscious at the stair.
But is anybody doing anything? Does anybody have any plans? I know that Felix, you were getting training by
Pretty much just anyone at this point.
right, but I'm trying to remember who has proficiency with shields. I think it was Jacqueline.
Oh, he's already proficient in it now.
Now, but I'm saying he had to spend time during this journey to get proficiency in shields. With Jacqueline, we'll say, because Jacqueline's not here, so she's gonna have no input on what's going on. So,
To be fair, she has proficiency. Rex has proficiency. Gopher has proficiency.
Gopher doesn't have proficiency in shields.
Yeah,
It's a barbarian.
barbarians get shield.
Of the people who have shields, Jacqueline's the only one that's there. So, beside the point,
Can use a shield.
you can now use a shield. Emil's gonna spend some time doing anything else.
training, I guess.
Not really a whole lot to train with here. You're kind of on a rocky ship.
I could
That's
train,
the best
train against
training.
Hydra more.
That's the best training. Then you can easily find balance.
That gopher feels right at home.
Of course he does.
He's not in a nest. Yet.
That is true, you aren't in the nest unless you so choose to be, but
Not yet, not yet. Not yet.
Gotta build up to that again.
Unless Ryder still wants that match. I think that's a no.
Beautiful. All right.
I have a thinking feeling Jordan may not be paying.
No, I could.
That.
I had something playing. I couldn't hear him. What'd you say?
He was saying unless Ryder wants that match.
I already had a match.
Yeah, but there was the match with Rex as well.
You wanted to.
Yeah,
said
you said you
to go
want a
against
match.
Rex.
Yeah, you wanted to fight him.
You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Square.
Sure.
Put them up.
All right.
Oh,
So it basically people clear out as people are now basically afraid of what you two and what your entire group is effectively doing. Just sitting below deck, duking it out, fighting it out, drinking it out, and also.
I thought we were at top deck the whole time.
Well, no, that was below.
The drinking
deck.
was below.
The drinking
Oh.
was below, but yeah, the fighting was on top deck. You're right.
So we're probably back up there again.
All right.
They're probably gonna interested to see how the two losers go.
Dude.
There's a
Winner
first place
fights
and a
Ira
second
again.
place. Okay, cool.
I'm now just picturing like me, me and Gopher sitting on the sidelines with like judges with Ira sitting next to us.
Well, if the two of you are going to be fighting it out, then by all means, roll initiative.
Alright, here I go. Here
Let's see
I
who's.
go. Acha! Take that. Haha.
Where is
like-
it?
You're getting a
Yeah,
lot of
buzzing.
feedback from your mic,
Yeah, who's buzzing?
Hmm.
Jordan.
Me?
Nope, not Jordan. What? Who was it?
All right, well, it's
It was
gone
you.
now. Whatever it
Oh.
was.
I think it might have been Lynn's laptop.
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Lynn does do that.
I just
You're
heard
right.
it crackle.
Fight,
right.
you peasants.
Initiative. What's your count?
Calvin.
I got 12.
Oh wow, I got 13.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
In
but I was
the
expecting to
rare
lose that
occasion that Ryder's going before Rex.
one. Right?
All right.
Oh, there's other occasions where Ryder got ahead of me before.
No.
Not often. Not in initiative, at least.
Here we go. Go in for the stabby stab with the rapey.
Alright, cool.
Take this, you peasant. 22.
Got hit.
By the way,
Uh,
Mason and Max, we're sitting in the roll 20 whenever you guys want to come in.
Oh
I
yeah.
suppose that is a thing we use there.
Yeah.
Right. I'm also gonna use my whispers, obviously.
Yeah, whisper.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
What was it again? It was like
2D8.
what is it, 3? Is it
Or is it
2D8?
3D? Or is it 3D6?
I don't have a sheet on it anymore.
Why? Where'd your sheet go?
Because I'm using everything electronically now, and I knew I had a page of it. Oh, actually, it could be my files. Give me a quick second.
So inexperienced.
Yeah.
I found my notes, by the way. I figured out where all of them are.
Find my notes in there by chance.
No, that's on you, my friend, not me.
Damn.
I got atlases sitting right here. It's with me at all times while I'm staring at it.
Are you really? I don't believe you.
It just proves he likes playing Lightbringers than his own campaign.
That's
I don't
true.
play in my own campaign. What are you talking about? I don't have to have character sheets next to me. But yeah, I've got Atlas at all times sitting next to me.
For now.
Hey.
You have
True.
a cat.
He's gonna like misplace it again.
Again.
No, Gizmo's just gonna come in and knock it off the.
Oh my god.
Hang on. I'm getting it. Don't worry.
Or he'll just contaminate it with his mustard gas.
Mustard.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. It'll fucking turn green. It's 3d6.
It's I'm level 7 or 6?
7.
7.
Okay, so it's gonna be
I mean, he's
It's
level 6.
3d6.
yeah 3d6. Yeah.
I
Okay.
have the book.
I just got it up. Alright. Anyways, take this stuff. the rapier damage. Oh, nice. Pick up, come on, dice. Oh, that's even nicer. Oh my god, is this going to be possible? We'll find out on the next episode. Okay, no, but still, did pretty well. Huh? 22 points of damage.
Yikes.
I maxed out on the rapier hit and the thunder damage, but the whispers, eh.
Alright, well, as you lunge forwards, whispering a couple of words with your thunderous might, you stab into Rex's shoulder, and Rex, you start to hear a little bit of some whispering before Zatan shouts back into your head to get it together. It's your... Right, are you doing anything else?
Nothing really for my bonus action, so I call it there.
Alright, Rex.
Is this scummy to heal in a 1v1 fight?
Yeah, it's kind of scummy. Especially with, what chaotic magic's going on around. Like...
Oh, right, true. I'm gonna cast Word of Healing Fireball.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, technically I won the fight because I took him out, too.
And you're also sinking at that point, so congrats.
Oh no.
Alright. Stone stance, charge in, all attacks.
Alright, make your 3 attacks.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
Rex. Rider.
Oh, I do.
And
Very good.
30 health
Rex.
gun, just like that.
I don't know, I forgot how much health he has.
Not a
Like
lot.
30. You have like what, 34?
Let's see here. My lowest is
It's plus
21.
8 to hit? Yeah.
Huh.
Plus 9.
Plus 9 to hit?
Oh, let me tell you, none of that hits.
Yeah, they all hit. So with stone stance and plus 5, plus 3... Oh, it's actually even more than that. Yeah, because it's... To hit, it's plus 11. Because it's 3 plus 3 plus... Oh no, 3 plus 1. That's right. So no, you're right. My brain. I was thinking of Wildborn for some reason.
6 plus 5, 10, 15. That's 21 right there.
On
He's
the
still going.
on the first 2 attacks.
OTK.
3 attacks. I did my third. I said
Yeah.
my lowest is 21.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Okay, you're still rolling damage. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were.
28. $33 points of damage.
Yeah, still standing.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm still
Do
standing.
you forfeit?
No. Never. Oh,
There can only be
Rex,
one.
you gonna do anything else?
You don't want to be
Kill
one.
him.
How close is Ryder to the railing of the ship?
Wait, what?
You guys are in the center, so not very close.
Alright.
you're gonna spawn and kick me off the ship, try to get
Yeah.
rid of me.
Don't worry,
set
I was
a
about to throw a
tree.
lifeguard at you. Or a rope.
You're gonna throw a what? Did you just say you're gonna throw a lifeguard?
Throw him a tube.
Save him!
Yeah. Throw him a lifeguard in there.
Do your job. Alright, I mean, if you're not doing anything else, Ryder?
Alright, gonna go stabby stab again. Here we go. Save me, dice. Come on. Haha! I mean, dang it. But 20? Dirty 20?
That hits.
Dang it. I was hoping for a crit. Alright, here we
Hope
go.
for that 5%.
Oh yeah,
chance.
Whisper, obviously.
Yeah.
Hoppa. Ugh. Uh-oh.
All he seems to do is whisper. Is this normal?
Oh, that's a little... 17 points of damage in total.
70?
17.
That's 70.
70.
Hey, you're
I mean-
dead, just so you know. Hit you with a fucking
Alright.
finger of death.
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 Alright, still standing?
Still standing.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume you have probably more than 40 hit points, so.
Hey, I do too. Barely.
Not much longer. Alright, Rex.
Am I facing Ira after the smash right away?
No. I don't
You
even
already
think that
fought.
there was a fight. Yeah, it was a joke.
Already
Alright,
claimed
then.
first.
I was gonna go on 3 attacks. Action surge.
Oh my god.
Okay, you only need to roll like one more attack.
No,
Yeah.
maybe two. Maybe two.
How many hit points you got?
Don't worry about it.
If you're just above 40 and he did 30 something to you, he would have to roll like at least a 4 on his weapon die to knock you unconscious.
Yeah, and?
Just roll.
Ah, she's gonna miss now because of you.
– 19 and 20.
Hit.
Hmm. No, those
I
misses,
think
Tyler,
it's
what are you
just-
talking about?
I think it's just safe to say, at this point, you slice forwards and you knock him unconscious. You bring the blade just before his head, and there's like a brief moment of like shock, and then you just clunk him over the side of the head with your fist.
This fist can't do that much damage. You cheated! The DM is rigged! This fight was rigged!
Oh my gosh, it's like he's
You
one
do
of the
not
most
see.
competent characters in our campaign.
But with that, at this point, it's been pretty evident that Ryder is not the strongest out of the group. In fact, Ryder might be the weakest out of the
Wow.
group.
Yeah.
Rude.
But
You
he's got short person syndrome. He's got anger with those that are taller than him.
What? That's me, not Ryder.
Is there a difference at this point?
Look, I ain't a criminal like Ryder.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet.
Wait until a tall person walks into a bar. And you're like, damn you.
Yeah.
It's just
Wait
mockery.
until you meet me. You're gonna fucking stab me in the airport.
No, I won't do such a thing, Glenn. At the
Then
airport.
you're probably one of the you are either going to get stabbed or you will be safe.
All
It's
right.
a 50-50 shot.
50-50. I'll take those risks.
Everyone else, it's a 100% chance.
All right. Well, let's move on. Apart from fighting, is anybody else doing anything? Spending time to...
Put him up, Gopher.
No, wait. Gopher would trounce you. It'd be over in like a second.
Nobody can beat Gopher. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Even you?
You might.
No, not even. The moment he rages, he's taking half damage from everything that Ira throws at him.
Dang.
Anyways, what is everyone's plan? If nothing, we'll fast forward some time.
I'll spend some quality time with Gopher? Question mark?
Question mark?
I forgot that the two of them hit it off during the beer drinking competition.
Quality time, you say?
Not that kind of quality.
Okay.
Now Gopher's just sad.
It's the same quality of time that Gopher's had with the jug of alchemy. The alchemy jug.
Pretty much. Good company.
Good company. In a bottomless pit to talk to. Well, apart from Felix getting some extra training in, learning how to successfully and effectively wield a shield, there isn't a whole lot more going on here to learn with. Training-wise, for physical attributes aren't exactly the best here, although you can spend the time to do your own sort of workouts, since over the course of a good amount of time, it would probably have a more decent effect, but you're getting yourself pumped and more energized, along with keeping up to shape. The scent of the air begins to get a little saltier as you travel out. It seems that the Sea of Swords is known for its rocky sea floor, but another accompaniment is the waves tend to crash into your ship unexpectedly, like much that blades clashed against one another. Large, sharp parts of sea crashing upwards, and there are several times where you can feel the ship almost getting lurched and thrown back by the sheer immense and power that the sea waves have. Imagining that if you were to travel further outwards into the Sea of Swords, it would become even more dangerous, but staying somewhat closer to shore, it's been less of an impact.
I don't like boats. I much prefer the land.
This
I
one,
got. I still
can't
have that
swim.
leather and hide armor I took from the orcs, right?
What'd you say?
I still have the leather armor and hide armor I took from the orcs, right?
In the bag of holding, probably, yeah.
I'm gonna start working on wearing medium armor.
Well, that's something you're not going to necessarily be able to just learn. You can definitely suit it to yourself, but you're going to have to work on some more physique in order to carry something like that on.
Damn.
It's wool.
Scrub.
So I can't train to get proficiency in it.
Because you're not proficient in armor in general, right?
I get leather armor.
You've got leather armor. Then what's the difference between leather and hide armor?
Hide's medium.
Oh, is it medium? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I'm trying to work myself up to medium armor.
Oh, well, you could suit it to yourself, but yeah, no, it's going to take some time to definitely... Because just wearing it doesn't give you proficiency in it.
I know.
Yeah. So you could
Okay.
start the process, sure. You're getting a better understanding of it, but you're not proficient in it.
I know.
Okay.
What I was saying was I wanted to start the process, and
Then
you
the
made it sound like
process
I
has
couldn't
been-
do it.
The process has been started, but you're going to need a further step beyond just yourself to get to the full level of proficiency with it. To be comfortable in it, as well as to not hinder you for your spellcasting. It's going to take a secondary, like an outer effect to effectively give you the ability to wear this effectively. About 15
Yes.
days into the journey, you can definitely see that to your east, you can start to see the city of Waterdeep. As
They
it
said
was.
West.
The Sea of Swords has seemed to swallow up Ryder.
Oh,
Mishmash
no.
of blades.
Yes.
Oh, no, we lost him.
Can we at least get the ring back first?
The ring floats up to the surface, and a little
Yes!
tendril of water
Oh, there it is.
leaves it onto the ship.
Nothing was lost.
Nothing but the ring.
Does the water just leave all his magical items for us?
Yeah, it's yeah. But anyways, as you can start to see Waterdeep pass by, they've done some minor adjustments, although it's still Waterdeep and not necessarily in a good state. There isn't any burning anymore that you had seen initially when you first came, where there was destroyed rooms and buildings and recent raids. There seems to be no change apart from the fact that it's not looking as drab as it was before. Some walls are getting repaved and the walkways themselves are being stoned. It's going to take a very long time for Waterdeep to recover from the recent attacks, especially with what had gone on with Karn. So
One.
Karn
Oh.
and Korn.
Karn's corn.
And Karn's Korn.
Who would have ever thought that he was
And the
selling
food
corn
poisoning.
for such an evil? Wait, what?
And the food poisoning that Gopher almost endured eating an
Wait.
open can of corn
Yeah.
from Karn's estate.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot it.
Yeah.
I opened a can of
He opened a can with his bare
some
hands,
corn.
didn't eat it, instead threw it, like,
Yeah.
at a mech.
I used it as a weapon.
But
One.
passing by, Ira, you have never been to Waterdeep, so none of this
No.
will make any sense to you.
None.
But,
How'd you get to Dragon Spear then?
traveling further on for another week or so, approximately 8 days, you see yourselves coming towards what looks to be a larger walled establishment. I say establishment, it's a big city. The city itself is outer walled with stone that stands about 25 feet tall, with garrison standing atop it. The individuals standing atop of it are in rudimentary armors in some cases. Others are wearing medals and silver plates, as well as large emblazoned shields of varying different gods. Seems that there's a mix match of faith in Neverwinter. Rex and Felix, you would have fair understanding. I mean, Rex especially, living here for a number of years as a child. The way that Neverwinter is effectively put together is that it is divided into 3 different segments. There's the Barrows, which is to the southwest. They are primarily like the livestock, food, and fishing groups. The individuals that are dealing with a lot of the sea, accompanied with farming associated with that, agriculture, effectively. Just to the north of it is the Union, as they've called themselves. It is a group where it takes up a smaller amount of the city itself, but it holds the groups that are looking for members into guilds, into associations, black market deals, and things along those lines. The remainder of the city, which is to the east, is all of the civilization. It's all the housing, all of the buildings that are meant to hold those that are staying within Neverwinter. Businesses that are self-made, as well as the City Watch effectively stands in the center of it. Neverwinter not necessarily having a leadership program, they fall onto volunteers for the guards, and that's where they effectively construct their civilization from. Never being warm, being in the far north, the cold air at this point has started to wash over the sea, and you can start to feel the cold effects. Your breath is starting to show, and staying out in prolonged wet weather like this will cause probably detrimental effects to your health. Although those that have been here generally are more accustomed to it. Your ship at this point starts going in towards the docks, which is completely to the open. The walls themselves do go out just about 15 feet into the waters, but the entirety of the left side of the city is open to the ocean. The docks themselves ranging out, stretching out far into it, and very carefully, the captain of your ship, the small captain that she is, starts veering the ship in, giving directions to another individual who's actually piloting the ship. They coast to an end, and there's somebody on the shoreline. Looks to be another individual that's of the guards, coming out with rope, hucking it onto the ship, and the one that was piloting takes it, tethers it softly to the side, and at that point, several of the elven individuals bring out the large plank that they use just to land, and they set it down onto the dock. My brain melted for a second there.
Docking.
And at that point, you have landed in the city of Neverwinter.
Hey, Lynn, do you know what docking is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's when you put your Switch back into its dock, right?
Yeah.
That way you can play on TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
From the many years.
And, honestly, I did find out that was like a few months ago when Conrad told me.
Are you fucking serious?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We're,
I told everyone
we're getting into this conversation later, but not now.
Why?
Reasons.
It's on stream.
Twitch reasons.
It's not like we're discussing anything in specific.
Anyways.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Rex, you were saying?
So how much has it changed since I...
Well, considering that when you left, you were an adolescent child below the age of 7, it's been 14 years since you've been back here. It's odd
too
because
long.
you are still 3 years younger than what you were before, so now...
I totally forget that. I totally.
Yeah,
I
so
keep
you're
forgetting.
you're 18, no, you were 17,
18.
because like, you changed below the age of adult. Beside the point. You're basically 18 at this point, because it's also been probably a good half a year since the journey.
Youngin.
But it's been well over a decade since you've been here. The buildings themselves, though the layout's not really that different, the buildings themselves have changed, the coloration, the businesses that are associated, those of the docks. The docks themselves look to be more reinforced, especially since you've been gone in the Sea of Swords. But further in, you wouldn't be able to see unless you went further in. You would know that your orphanage was also associated with the Union.
It should.
We're docked, right?
Yes. Sorry, not the Union, the Civilization. Not the Union.
When you're docked with someone?
I go look back to the group and say, well, this is final warning. This is a one-way trip. I don't know about you guys, but I'm continuing forwarding from here. And after that, I just left.
I mean, I got nothing else better to do. So.
I've always preferred the
Just
cold anyway.
Going further north. So we already accepted the one-way part of the trip.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't, we wouldn't be here. So.
Well, if you ever do change your mind, we're about to be, once we restock on food and supplies, we'll be leaving in a good couple hours. And at that point, majority of those that were on the ship,
Jordan
they shove Ryder into the water as they need the
I
space on the
help.
pier. That's the word I was looking for, pier, not dock. But making their
I think we're
way
veering
into
off the
sea.
topic.
Okay. Anyways, what's everyone doing? Rex, you're heading off where?
Orphanage.
Orphanage. All right, so you're making your way towards the civilization. What's everyone else doing? Is everyone else following, or are they going off on their own? Felix, you would have a fair understanding of some stuff here, but not a lot, because you don't necessarily travel this far north.
I'll go with them. I'm
Go
pretty
ahead,
sure. Well, there's
go.
nothing here at the piers, so
You're in the water.
I guess I'm swimming back all the way to Dragon Spear.
Go for it. I'd like to see that, seeing how Dragon Spear is inland.
Hopefully.
There's a swamp.
Yeah, boys.
Out on the Dragon Spear. I'd like to see him swim through the ground. Let's go.
I'd also like to see him swim through the swamp that sucked in their horse.
Oh god.
That's right.
Horse.
That's right. Go for let the horse to town.
Oh, that
The horse I left behind.
was so dead.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, people are following Rex then?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean, we came here for him.
fair enough. Traveling through the streets, you get a number of faces, although they're not questioned. They're not like quizzical. They're just people are constantly vigilant here, whether that's for their own good, the sake of those that they care about, or their own businesses. Everyone's just constantly seeing eye to eye, and whenever people pay attention to you, their eyes lock with yours for just the briefest of seconds before going back to doing what they're doing. It's as if they're paying attention and making note of everyone that walks by.
They know of Ryder already.
I mean, I am pretty famous.
Yeah.
For all the wrong reasons.
Details.
The streets themselves are wide. They accommodate for traveling carts as well as Felix and Rex would know, especially. NeverWinter was also once used to ferry ships to land to then travel them to different cities. Some were for auctioned goods, others were for the sake of repairs and making land travel to put the ship somewhere, possibly to accommodate for lake travel or things along those lines. So the roads themselves are very wide and well masoned to stone. So that way they can...
Me?
That way, horses that are being used to ford these products are completely safe with their horseshoes tapped to the floor.
Mason.
The buildings themselves are ranging from stone to some of them being ebony woods that retain the water but also do not dampen effectively. So they are very well off in this weather. The people here range from small to tall, from varying different origins, tieflings, elves, gnomes, any of the sort. You are finding effectively everyone of the different kinds of origins, as the city is very mixed. There's no conflict between the races here. Generally, everyone has a fair understanding that when you're in Neverwinter, people... It's never summer, and there's any begrudgances, apart from personal, generally are left outside the gates. There is zero policy for sort of behavior inside the city of Neverwinter.
My kind of city.
Don't lie.
So it's the murderer.
The murderer,
No, and a thief.
the thief.
Yeah, there's plenty going on here that you would not be well off with if people knew a lot about you.
Hear ye, hear ye. This man here murdered a wife and unborn child.
Beheading! But, traveling in towards civilization. Is somebody doing anything, keeping an eye out for anything? Because traveling from the docks to the civilization takes about 45 minutes to get to the docks to the start of the civilization. The city is on par with El Terrell in its vastness, but not in its engineering.
I'm keeping my eyes peeled for a very specific dragonborn fuckhead
Ah,
that I
Fucking.
ran in with before.
okay. You can make a perception check.
Oh boy. Yes. 24.
You find him. He's right next to you.
The entire time. He's been there all along.
Keeping a close eye out, you definitely don't spot any Drac Knights that were from Dragonspear. And you would also effectively recall that they traveled back because their initial goal was to find Ryder. So now that Ryder had been found, they traveled back to Dragonspear. They
Right.
stayed there while you were waiting for Ryder.
Yes. I forgot that's the whole reason I joined you all.
Wait, you joined us for a reason?
Continue walking. I'll glean any gossips related to the church or the orphanage.
Okay, make a perception check.
I got 11.
Listening into conversations, gossip, you're not picking up anything in relation to the church or the orphanage.
All right.
You know where it is, where it is.
I know where it is. That's not what I'm gleaning for.
Okay. But yeah, trying to listen in, you're not hearing anything in relation to either the church or the orphanage. Making your way further in at this point, you cut a corner into off the main road. This corner has a number of sort of, we'll say, less off families, as the buildings themselves, part of the structure is damaged. There seems to be horizontal cracks in the foundation, and it's fairly mediocre in hospitality. Going down this passage, it winds to about 2 other turns, where you see at the end of it, there is a building that stretches about 2 floors up. The top of it has a glowing, from sunlight, metallic sheen to the top of it. It has it comes to a crescent point on both ends, so almost like a crescent moon with metallic rims across the top of it. Rex, this is not the orphanage. What
Nani?
stands here is what's called the Barrow's Touch.
Is it a bar?
It you can definitely hear individuals clatterings of glass, number of folk inside the building, but that's what you see, Rex, when you round the corner to where the Shady Oak Orphanage once stood.
Is there any people around, or is it?
There's plenty of people here. So to give further details on how the city is laid out in the civilization portions, there are alcoves off the main road that are basically like the cul-de-sacs. There's doorways to the
Cul-de-sacs?
I'm gonna ban Jordan. Give me a second. I'm gonna server mute him. But there's doors, homes, windows, people doing their laundry, people speaking, kids playing. There's plenty of people around involved, including people going into the tavern, going out of the tavern, etc., etc.
I go up to the nearest person, and I'll like to ask, how recent this building was built.
So going up to, like, are you talking about like somebody that probably lives here, or somebody that's patron?
Somebody
of the
lives
tavern?
here, like around this
Okay.
area.
So you go up to the nearest person. They are standing right next to their doorway, seeming to just watch over their kids. You can assume that they might be a parent or they're like a chaperone. He stands there, not necessarily big, but he's still has some muscle to him. Approximately your height, another human man with paler skin. You can probably tell that the work that he does might involve less sunlight than he would hope. His hair is a little bit matted out from the salty air and the coldness, but he's tattered up with the number of furs to keep himself warm. I'm not too sure. I've lived here for about, I want to say, 5 years, and it was up when I was here.
All right. Do you perhaps know somebody that can help me answer that question a little more?
Well,
I don't. Continue.
Smitty is inside. He's the one that owns it. There hasn't been any change. I've spoken to him a number of times, but he's a pretty nice guy. You talk to him about it, I'm sure he'd be willing to tell you. He's got no real secrets holding up.
Is he the owner of that place?
Yep, he owns it and lives it. The second floor up there is where he stays. There's about 10 rooms on the bottom, and that's what he's been using to effectively make a living here. It's been pretty nice. People that come here tend to know about the Barrow's Touch.
What kind of people you see that goes in and out of that place? Like,
All sorts of
common
people. We see people coming from caravans. We see people coming from the docks. I know that there was a very beautiful woman, Grand Maven, came and explored here slightly some time ago. She went inside, enjoyed a stay as well. There was a number of people that wore black armors that came in, Dragonborn folk. They were a little bit rambunctious, but for the most part, they were very respectable. Yeah, nobody that I would say didn't belong.
All right.
There hasn't been any problems, I can tell you that. At least with the time that I've been here.
All right. Thank you for the information. It was very helpful. Sorry
Welcome.
for taking most of your time.
Not at all. I'm just making sure that these little kids here don't get themselves hurt.
I'm not there.
Just look at the kids for a brief second.
You can tell that they're playing a very classic game of kicking, where they run around. They try to. This is a game that you would have played possibly at your age, being in this area. It's a rendition of tag, except that you have to kick the person to get them to be it.
Let's do that.
Fuck you.
Are you talking about kick the
Dynamic
can?
entry.
Not kick the can, because that's where you kick a can.
Oh.
This is they kick kids. They kick at each other.
Tag the kicking.
No, they play punch. They play punch can, obviously.
Oh god.
Not paper parchment shears.
Not Boulder
Punch,
Punch,
stab,
Cheers.
kick.
It's also not Rochambeau.
Well, damn.
Here's another question that came up to my mind before I leave you
Your
be.
mom?
Shoot. Go ahead.
Is there any place where you can earn gold?
Well, there's
Or
plenty
work.
of work that needs to get done. If you're looking for work, I can go talk to my boss. He ends up dealing with a lot of people that kind of break the rules here. People that need to be escorted out. So, I mean, if you're ever looking for, I guess the way he describes it is, oh my god, my brain's bouncing. Being a bouncer for the city. We're not really associated with the guards, but we're more like private people to escort troublemakers out of the city.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Shoot. Put a good word for me. Kind of looking for a job to earn gold. I have kind of nothing on me right now.
Sure. Yeah, I'll put a word in. I start work later tonight, so if you want to come back around later this evening, I'll probably bring you over to him.
Sure. Well, until then, enjoy your day.
All right, you too. Hey, if you're gonna go talk to Smitty, tell him that I'm gonna pay my tab once I get my my paycheck this evening.
Sure.
Cool. Tell him that
Johnson.
that Duncan is gonna be bringing in his money. You probably need a
Donut.
name, but yeah, Duncan.
Donut.
Duncan Ardvar.
All right, Duncan Arvar. I guess I'll put that. I'm assuming the rest of you guys show up now.
Well, they've been following you.
Yeah, we're right behind you the whole time.
They're standing there watching
We've been
kids kick
listening.
each other.
We didn't want to interrupt you.
So there you go, guys. There's a job you guys want to do, earn money because that's what you guys usually do before you
But
guys
a
left.
bouncer, it's not really my kind of forte.
I don't understand what requires bouncing.
I think
Yeah,
he
it
worded
just
it
means
wrong.
they want us to keep people they don't want in out.
I
I'm
see.
not really the most intimidating looking fellow.
No, you aren't.
Hey, as long as you get the job done, I think he will still pay you. But I don't know the person.
I feel like you'd honestly be better performing.
Yeah, I'd be better street performer if anything.
Maybe
Not
time
gonna
for you to
sleep
start
performing.
making your keep.
I'm gonna go check out the area for a bit more, and I'll probably come back here to this tavern bar because there's still things still questioning in my mind, and I still need to know. So I wonder what you guys can be doing since you follow all the way here behind me.
We really don't know.
Maybe I
Sure
will
you-
go make some money for us. See how much I can make. And try that street performing job that Felix said. Sounds like a not bad of an idea.
That's Briar's doing. How about everybody else?
I have a need to go visit the church district.
That would be over in the Union.
Onion.
Union.
Onion. Ew.
Onion Union.
Psycho man.
I'm reading
Look where.
your memory card.
Since you're going to the
Pina
church and that-
pinata.
I might join you as well because they might have some answers that I might need to know.
Go for a follow along.
Creepy.
I'll stick here with Ryder then.
Oh, help me make some money. Or keep me out of trouble.
He'll be your bouncer.
Yeah.
Tyler,
You know, Ryder? We'll find out.
Yes, Rex.
from the docks we walk all the way to the current position we have, were there any homeless kids?
Not that you could tell. There were definitely kids, but they weren't necessarily in the same state that you were in.
All right. Ira, Gopher,
Yes.
should we on our way to the church soon? We'll meet back here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good luck, you guys' performance.
Yep, we'll be here. We had a lot of money or nothing at all.
All right, so those that are performing,
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's Ryder.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on that
Me.
the funny bard outfit I have.
Hang on.
Oh.
I am a
What?
What? You kind
I
of cut
am
off.
charisma based for
Oh yeah, you could
now,
help.
so my charisma's quite high.
Are you the announcer or the manager for Ryder?
A ring girl.
No,
I mean,
I am the last one you want like that.
I could probably move you to a
Let's have
sexy
a
lady
man
and you could be
covered in
announcing stuff.
scars.
Yikes! Yikes!
Gopher.
I could probably
You
move
do
you
have
to a
the
sexy
deck of
lady.
many the deck of many faces.
I do have that
You
too.
could try.
I thought we
to be
sold
a woman.
that.
Did you sell it? You maybe you sold it.
No, I never sold it. I kept it.
I thought we sold it for money last time.
Let me double check my inventory. Boop.
I think that you were given an offer,
Nope.
but you didn't sell it.
Yeah, I sold something else though. I don't know, but I still have it in my inventory.
You guys don't have a whole lot of money, and it probably would have still sold for like a couple hundred gold.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't. I mean, if you want to, you could be my announcer, and you know, people like listen to women more.
I am not using that deck.
Well, if you're not, then I will.
What is that logic?
Go for
People
it.
like to listen to women more.
I mean,
What is
if you
that
think about it,
logic?
There's no logic there. This is a writer we're talking about.
I mean, when you listen to performance and stuff,
I special effects.
special
That
effects.
works. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll give Ryder advantage.
That was the main thing I was looking for through is I may have a lot of cantrips because of my build.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy, prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation,
Dancing lights.
druidcraft.
Oh my god, you are literally a stage show.
You want me to list off all my cantrips?
Nah, you good. I don't have all this time.
Alright.
I have.
No.
I'm
Anyways.
just gonna say how many I actually have.
Oh, how many?
I have 12.
Oh my god. 12
I have
cantrips.
12 cantrips.
Okay. So, how are you going to perform? You put on your funny bard outfit.
Yes. I'm gonna put my hat out, so you know that's where people put the coins in.
Okay.
And
The
what instrument would be
multicolored,
better
the
to play?
multicolored thing of nonsense.
Right?
Where are you performing this?
Outside the Barrow's touch? Like, where are you going? But yeah.
Oh, isn't there a main town square like where we were just at?
Not necessarily a town square. You're in a cul-de-sac.
We maybe want to
That's-
ask if this is okay first.
That is in front of the Barrow's touch. Is the cul-de-sac. The Barrow's touch is basically a building in the center of it while people are living around it.
So it's not really a
It's
place
not
where a lot of
town
people go
square.
to.
No, not
Yeah.
necessarily. Traveling in, the most people that were around were the dock, because there's lots of people transiting in and out.
Mm-hmm.
They also looked fairly busy. So,
Yeah. There's not a lot of there's not a place where a lot of people just walk by.
I mean, there's several main roads. You haven't traveled throughout the entirety of the city. There might be a main central square, possibly in the Union, but that's also not necessarily the most travel.
How many people are around the cul-de-sac right now?
There's a good about 8 children. There's 15 people outside, probably more inside. And there's a good amount of people in the Barrow's Touch. You haven't gone in to look, but there sounds to be a good amount inside there. There's people coming and going from the passage as well.
Okay. I think it'd be fine to perform here then. That's a decent amount of people.
Go for it.
Okay. And
If you
then
want to do it here. But to be fair, we don't know if there's a rule against street performing here.
Felix, you would know that there's not necessarily, as long as it is a peaceful endeavor and it doesn't lead to anything worse, then it is allowed.
Okay, well.
There's very little that's necessarily banned, other than bigotry and personalized crime sort of deal.
So play some music.
Right. I'll use my regular loot.
Your what?
My regular
What?
loot.
Okay.
I heard legular.
No, regular,
That's-
yeah.
I thought he was
legs.
like trying to say Legolas. I'm like, what is
No,
Legolas?
I will
have
summon
to do with your
Legolas the
loot?
Legular.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Oh god.
What is
And-
going on here now?
And then I'll just start playing and dancing.
Alright. So, playing out there, make a performance check with advantage. Felix, how are you emphasizing this performance with your abundance of cantrips?
I have a combination of 3. I'm just gonna do the best I can.
Okay. Yeah, Ryder, you
I
get to
got
roll it. Performance
Presentation,
advantage.
druidcraft. I even have light.
Alright, well then there's lights flickering on and off. There's bursts of wind floating around. So there are some instances where while dancing and playing, that small tufts of flowers bloom in just certain areas as you step. Petals begin to like spin around you, accompanied with a gust of air as you twirl in your dance. And overall, it's extremely majestic. What's your performance roll?
Good thing it was an advantage. I got a 23.
23. You're gathering a fairly substantial crowd. There's people that are watching. The man that Rex spoke to is off to the side, paying close attention to that as well. And there is plenty of folk coming from the Barrow's Touch as well, hearing the music played. And there are some people tapping and clapping in beat with rhythm to your instrument. A couple times there's like a big puffs of air and lights that shine out that Felix is just finger blasting into the into the performance. But Gopher, are you there or are you with the other group?
He's with
He's
the
with
other
us.
group.
You're the other group. Okay, I was like, I can't remember if you were there. But overall, there's plenty of people coming from, and you're also gathering the attention of those that are near the main road, one of the main roads. So overall, what was originally about like 30 people out in this area has now grown to probably about 50 to 60. There are plenty of people coming in, putting coins down into the hat. Some people are a lot more generous than others, depending on who it is. But yeah, you're playing very well, and you start to hear, "Hey, if anybody's got any good friends, feel free to come back into the Barrow's Touch afterwards. Drinks are on me."
Hey, good time. Everyone's having a good time. And I guess that's what we'll be doing for the next few hours whenever they get back.
Oh yeah, that'll take some time. So
And I'll just say I'll switch it over instruments there and there,
Okay.
then and there. Just to mix it up. But yeah,
Look at him actually being a decent person.
right?
Huzzah!
Now, did you steal all their wallets while you were...
Electrocuted.
while I'm performing?
So, throughout the endeavor,
Never.
you gain 20 copper in the hat,
Nice.
60 silver,
Oh,
and 12 gold.
nice.
Wow. That's not bad.
Yeah. For a good couple hours of performance, not bad at all.
How many copy you said?
20.
Okay. Nice.
Go for this. What? What?
Huh?
All I made was
track of
20
that
copies
money?
about the whole thing.
Am I keeping track of the money or you?
I'm not keeping track of it, also.
Oh god, that's gonna get confusing. One person pay attention to money.
Okay. I have it down. But he does have the coin pouch.
If you've
That's
got the bag
why-
of holding, he'll count the money. You keep contents of the bag of holding.
Okay, that I could do.
Yeah, just for the sake of ease.
But
All
we
right.
have more money than you think we do, and then we
No.
don't.
Yeah, that's a problem because he did sell money. He did sell stuff for money, which he kept.
Yeah, there was some that I don't remember, but anyways.
So, to make sure I do this right, 12 gold, 60 silver, and 30 copper.
20 copper. Not that the 10 would have made or break.
Yeah. And car was 1 silver though, Tyler.
Oh my god.
We made 62 silver.
Who did that?
Yeah, you really did make 62 silver. Anyways. Cutting to the 3. Making your way to the Union.
Actually, before you start talking about that, where's Jacqueline?
Jacqueline's there with you.
Okay.
Staying off the
He's
side. Keeping an
existing.
eye out to make sure nothing is going on.
He just disappears under the crowd. He's not paying
She's
attention.
doing card tricks for children.
Making her own money.
Yeah,
Do you
just had
think
to show off
kids
his
got
card
money?
somehow.
Kids are just gonna be like, "Oh, here, have some gold."
Oh,
Yeah, you
no.
know, they could be like,
We
here's a
got all
shiny
these
rock I
adults.
found.
Maybe they're giving her some money too.
You give him his words stuff in your mommy's purse now, okay?
Wow. Anyways, the 3 of you traveling to the Union. You cut across the main street to go down several alleys to get to the other main street because they go parallel to one another. The one that you're going on to now, it veers off to the left, which is towards the northeastern exit, and they both meet in the pier into the dock. So going down the streets into the northwest, which is where the Union is mainly held. It's almost like a little outcropping inside of the city. Still a fairly substantial locale. It's just not as big as the Barrows, which is only about half the size of the civilization. Cutting into the Union, you can definitely tell that you're cutting into the Union, as the buildings themselves are a lot more luxurious in comparison to the homes. I say luxurious, it's just that they're more well built with better materials. Not that they're masoned for wealth or anything, or gold inlaid. They're built for structure, and they're built for built to last, we'll say, as the walls themselves are a lot thicker, stronger, and littered with a number of postings that seem to be put down by other people, not necessarily those of groups. There's some that are like help wanted posters looking for missing animals or searching for work. There are others that are posts about religious foundation, and volunteer work in the guards is also a very large primary on various amounts of walls, bulletins, and things like that. Traveling towards the center of the Union, you come to what looks to be a large fountain. The fountain itself has 3 figures standing across one another. One that seems to be coupled with carrying a large amount of food. Another that seems to be wearing what looks to be a gown that's littered with stars, religious symbols, and the like. And then another that looks rather meager. One that's concerned but yet held in a strong fashion. Under each of them are labeled each of the 3 different sections of the city. The Union, the Barrows, and the Civilization.
Which are we choosing?
Oh, well, I think we're gonna have to go to. Well,
you're in the Union. This is just a fountain. Unless you want to go dive into the fountain to go make your choice.
Is there money in the fountain?
When you look in, there's a number of glistening coins.
I am not needy.
You're not going to steal the
That
wishes
shows that
of
I am.
others.
So from the fountain, if past memory, etc. Kid, how far is the church from the fountain?
Well, there's a religious building that is coupled with a slight following of acolytes. They are very accommodating towards the needs of others. It's just that since the religious faith has become slightly an issue over the course of several years in this area, the church itself is barred off.
An issue in what way?
Barred off.
The largest part of it was that there were discrepancies and disgruntled opinions between the religious faiths, and as a result, the Union had ultimately decided to pull as more of the religious faith out of the city rather than keeping it within. So there are groups that are stationed outside the city to hold on to religious faith, but the interior still holds places of worship, but they're more neutral than anything else. The church itself is mainly, at this point, a housing for the acolytes to then be called if they are needed to give faith and respite.
So
Yes.
there's no followers, and well, there's some followers in the building still, right?
The acolytes. They're not necessarily followers. They're more so like I don't know what this was called. We're like priests.
Cultists.
They're not cultists. Well, I mean, I wouldn't know that, but well, you wouldn't know that, but because they don't necessarily. They're not that they're followers of a specific religion. They're accepting of most.
They're
Obviously,
wise
they're
men.
Wise men, yes.
Very wise.
Wise men and women. So.
Well, Ira, you want to do your business first, or I'll do mine?
My business is a little bad. What do you have to take care of, might I ask?
I want to know what happened to my orphanage from when I left, and so on and so forth, basically.
I see.
To that point where I can try getting more memories or a hint.
How can we be of assistance?
So far, At the moment, I don't know. Right now, I'm just getting information that seems, or try to seem, to help me in any ways. But mostly I'm trying to dig up the pass from here.
I see.
But like I said before, you can earn money because this is a very busy place hiring new people, if I remember correctly. But you can continue following me, even though we're broke.
You see? She looks a little distracted. Yes, I know that would work, but we are not here to make enemies, yes?
Are you okay, Ira?
Hmm? Oh, yes. I'm fine.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go talk to these wise men if they know anything happened in the past 14 to 15 years. So,
Okay. Going up to the closest, there seems to be a number that are, at this point, there's a small pond, like, it's not a fountain, but it's kind of like a koi pond sort of look. And there's about 3, 1 to each side, with robes over the head. And they have their hands out, clasped together. When you go up to one, he gives a brief nod, unclasps his hands, lowers the hood, and you can see that it is a tiefling individual with no hair on the top, horns that delve back from the back upwards
Karis?
slightly. With
Sakira's
a
had hair.
slight red hue, but their eyes are pale white in color.
Sakira's had eyes.
Is there something you need, my child?
Zakira's could talk.
sorry, let me collect my thoughts. There's voices in my head chattering.
As the carriers can do better.
10 silver is 1 gold.
Apparently, my multiple characters are blending together and voices coming on. Blah. I will like to ask, where do I start? Do you guys have any information that happened to the orphanage from the other side of the city? Cottage? Right? This is the city, right?
Yeah, this is a city.
Yeah, the other side of the city.
You know, I'm not too sure. I'm a newer acolyte, but let me see if my brother might possibly know. He goes and turns to his left, pulling aside the other one, same fashion, unclasps the hands, lowers the hood, and you can see this is another tiefling individual who has pale white coloration, red skin. Though they do have hair, but it's very faint towards the back, almost like a balding forehead. Is there something you need? He's asking about the orphanage that was across town. He was wondering if what happened to it. My friend, that was a good time ago. Is there something that troubles you with that orphanage? I hope you understand that it's no longer there.
I understand that, due to the fact that I went over there and it's not there. I would like to know what happened.
Well, it wasn't anything good, to say the least. The times that followed it were very dark and depressing for most involved, especially those that grew up in that cul-de-sac. Children especially that had friends there were devastated. There was an accident. The building itself seemed to have collapsed in.
Was it? Did anybody investigate it if it was nature or unnatural?
Well, of course. We had plenty of people that were there trying to figure out what had happened. The ultimate consensus was that there was damage to the building. The caretaker, she wasn't necessarily the most involved in the orphanage itself. Poorly maintained and riddled with mildew and damage. It ultimately came to that the building had just given up.
What happened to the children and the caretaker?
Well, that's the dark and depressing part of it. A number of kids were unfortunately fatally injured. Caretaker herself was probably the first to go. And only a few were able to be pulled from it.
Do you know where the last survivors were?
Nobody does. After it's collapsed, nobody took ownership of it, and it sat there for, I'm not sure, 2-3 years maybe.
2 or
Eventually
3
it
years.
was bought, the plot of land was bought, and the barrow's touched now stands.
Do you know who investigate the church, the orphanage that when it collapsed? Is he still, or she, still here in the city?
I don't know their name. They don't stay here in the city. They were actually visiting from the southern continent of Wolsk. They were here on a venture to try to garner aid in some sort of organization. I'm not too sure who. I never spoke to them personally. But they held a lot of favor amongst those around them. And they helped investigate. They didn't find anything apart from
Boy.
the damage. What the fuck?
Sorry, my inner thoughts is coming out.
Sorry. Sorry if this is
Sorry, I let
tough
out a
on
weird
you.
stretch.
Yoy.
Do you guys have any remnants of the church, or was everything gone?
Remnants
Is
of
there
the
a-
orphanage at the church?
Yeah. Yes. Anything
Ah,
else?
Not that I'm aware of. I know that the Barrow's Touch was actually constructed reinforcing the old orphanage's walls and foundation. So anything that might have been left is possible that the owner of the establishment might know.
All right. Thank you for your time.
I hope I was of help. Best of luck to you, and my condolences to if you knew anything about that orphanage.
I just bow and walk out. Or, yeah.
Walk out of the conversation, being outside already.
Or leave.
Yes, you walk away. They go back to their fervent posture and continue to give worship to the neutral structures.
Well, Ard, there's anything else you want to do here before we head back?
Yes, though it might be bad. Might be very dangerous.
Something that only you can do?
I wouldn't say no to your assistance, though you might be putting yourselves at risk.
I think we're all in risk already, so...
This is unnecessary risk. Believe me when I say that this must be done, though it might cause problems.
I don't know what your planning is right now. And giving what you told me unnecessary more trouble, I think that's not a good idea, but it was really important to you that it needs to be done.
It is, unfortunately. How do I put this? Carefully. I am scared for the future and what is to come. There is a lot arrayed against us, and now we have nothing. Well, I've always had nothing, but you have less than before. So all in all, we are down. We need to consolidate as best we can. And it might mean stepping on the toes of others.
Like, others like who?
Oh, beings who could very easily kill us. I might do something heretical and might incur the wrath of God. Though not doing it would leave me potentially powerless to aid you in the future.
Is it something you have to do right now, or can you just hold off a bit longer?
I am already using what limited strength I have, and if we are to continue, I won't be able to.
If we do the thing you need to do right now, does it help you gain strength in the future?
Yes. In fact, if this is done properly, this might be the only time it has to be done.
All right. We have time.
Yes.
Lead on.
Are you okay with this as well, Gopher?
Over.
Yeah.
As he quietly sips his
Alchemy jug.
Just, I got a little sippy straw.
You really need to drink some water.
It better be a silly straw.
Yeah, it's a silly
It's the
straw
one
and
that
alchemy jug.
loops.
Yeah.
It's like 17 silly straws stuck together.
Just like,
You really need to drink something other than alcohol,
I
like
want to
water.
see an alchemy jug hat. It's got like the drinks coming out of the sides.
He was number one.
I was surprised you didn't make that for him.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make it.
What was his name? Smitty Worman?
Smitty Worming
Yeah.
Yetterman Jensen or something.
He was
like that.
number one.
Oh fuck, I just realized I named that guy Smitty.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, Schmitty.
I was making that reference the whole time.
He still is number one. He's still alive.
So, NeverWinter is currently Kitty Bottom then.
Nice.
NeverWinter's Bikini Bottom. It's now canon.
Where's rock bottom? Question mark.
It's in the civilization. Give it a second. Some people have definitely hit rock bottom over there.
Yeah, better find SpongeBob here then.
All right. If I have both of your help, this might go easier. I will say now, though, thank you. And if something bad happens, forget you ever met me.
What are you again?
Sorry, my inner voice came out.
Sounds a lot like that. Never mind.
I think my inner
Anyway.
voice got really influenced from that one person.
Let us continue inside.
So where are you guys going?
Just into the church? This
It's-
nondescript,
It's barred off. So
you know,
how are you? You're not gonna be able to just walk in.
Is there a back way? If I'm
I mean,
if
there's
this church,
probably windows.
so these acolytes just kind of walk around in the yard outside the church.
There's some coming from inside, coming from outside. The doors do open, except that it's primarily from the inside, as acolytes are going in and out of it.
I'll approach one of these acolytes.
Yes, child.
Greetings. I'm far from home, and I'm looking for a place of worship.
My friend, we have plenty of locations around out here in the courtyard. They are two neutral deities, but they are accommodating to your faith. If you would like a place of worship that provides seating, then there is some to the back side of the establishment here.
That would be most beneficial. Thank you.
I will escort you to the back. And he takes you along the side of the building to the back courtyard, which effectively is slightly green with some shrubbery, potted plants, and decadent flowers. The aroma here is that of thick clouds of almost lavender-scented atmosphere. And in the center of this topiary is a small statue with nondescript.
what?
I think Streamlabs is frozen.
Oh my god.
All right.
It's back.
Click.
All good.
On the
We're good.
difficulties.
It had a stroke. I don't know if it actually lost anything, because only the desktop audio and mic aux stopped, and so did the timer for recording. But I didn't lose any frames. I don't know if anything was actually lost. Because I was looking at the screen, and yeah, everything was still moving and everything, so I don't know. I'll have to look at that later and figure out whether or not something was lost or not. But, anyways, the statue in the center has several different benches made out of stone encircling it. The statue itself is very nondescript, but it's of an angelic figure.
I'll take a seat.
Okay.
And I'll start praying.
Okay. Are you actually praying?
Uh,
Or are you just taking the pose and assuming a position?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
Yeah. 17.
Okay. The acolyte that stands after escorting you gives a brief nod, turns to the other two of you. If you need anything, then if you are free to come and grab any of us to aid in your worship. He gives a brief bow and then walks past you two. As you just see Ira assuming a religious pose after just talking about doing something awful.
How many others are back here besides the three of us?
There is one other individual who is also in a pose that is, oh my god, in a praying position. I can't speak today for some reason. But there's one other individual. They seem to be fairly old. She is got graying hairs, brittled skin and bone, but she's wearing clothes that attribute to those of the acolytes, but not probably not updated. She gives off the vibe that she is of religious faith, like maybe a past acolyte.
I get you. And how far away is she from us?
The benches aren't very far apart, so she's about like 10 feet from you, 15 feet from you.
Okay. Would you two care to join me?
Sure.
I'm not a very religious person. What? I'll give it a shot.
Okay. So, trying to mock the pose, well, mimic the pose of Ira, both of you not necessarily being the most religious of people, you try to mimic Ira's posture and pray?
Remember when we were in the tomb and we performed a ritual together for healing?
Yes.
I would ask you do that same thing here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna need both of you to make make a religion check.
Oh shit.
Religion check.
Fuck. Am I gay?
Then the lightning bolt comes, strikes down, and hits all of you.
I have a feeling that might be it.
Has God strike me down right now?
All right.
Alright, what'd you get?
I have 8.
Okay.
Oh, I got 9.
Okay.
You got 10?
Well, that was only for the two of them.
Oh.
Now, Ira, what are you trying to do?
With my limited strength, and their limited worship.
This is a half-ass religious because I'm so confused with what the hell's going on. So I'm playing my character. This is a half-ass role. It makes sense to me. So
I am attempting to potentially change this idol of worship to not being a nondescript deity, but changing it to me.
Okay.
At least planting a seed there that will power me.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make a spell casting check. So basically, you make a spell to attack roll. Make it at disadvantage.
Wisdom or charisma?
This would be charisma. This would be charisma.
Both.
Okay. Ooh, at disadvantage, that is 18.
18. Even with the very minor amount that you're getting from Rex and Gopher, you can feel sort of emanating power resonating from your hip. And focusing in, you can picture the statue in front of you as you begin to feel the ground shift slightly beneath you. Tufts of the green turn to shades of black as the white marble-lined statue begins to etch itself very carefully across the face. After
I very carefully reach out and touch the top of the skull. I thank you for your help, but we will not be repeating what we did when I met you. Yes.
Yes.
you can feel a level of understanding
Good.
as the statue before you finishes its very soft etchings into your face, and the wings on the back have very, very faint blackish lines intertwined across the feathers that were once marble white. The statue itself has turned minorly dull in comparison to what it was before. Maybe a shift in sunlight, and now it's covered in shade. But it is slightly discolored from what it once was. And it's very quiet and faint, so the individual that was there giving worship does not notice.
Good.
You feel a sort of kinship across this area.
Oh, good. I thank you both for your assistance. That was quite taxing, and I need to rest.
Alright. Then we should head back with our rest of the group.
Alright. Making your way back. From the old, dark, and depressing church, we go over to the fun, jovial fucking bard dance over in the corner.
Making money!
Money!
We got the depressing group and the jolly group.
After
Yeah,
your
it's
time,
going around
several
like
hours
chug.
had passed performing. So, Ryder, you are especially tired, being the performer of this. Felix, you're also fairly exhausted, consistently just blasting off special effects to make yourself, to give Ryder more of a presence. After some time, the rest of the crew comes up behind you as you had just finished your performance, picking
Finally.
up the hat and collecting your coins.
Oh,
But
finally.
We're gonna have to see some of that performance though. You do it on cam quick. I'm just kidding.
Please.
Oh, my belly dance.
You see,
Alright, never mind.
you
We don't
see
need
Ryder fully dressed in the odd-colored, multicolored suit that looked almost jester-like in the
Jester?
design that Ethan had made from Ethan's hats.
So I had that outfit from Ethan's shop.
Is he asking me or?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
I'm
was him
asking
asking
you.
you.
Oh, yes. It's one of the outfits that got made.
Clearly, the Ethan ADD has shot itself into your head.
One of the outfits that we bought when we had money, so making use of it. And look, we would get a hefty amount of money for it.
How much did we get?
Felix, did you do all the counting?
You already forget, Jordan.
I mean, no, I didn't, but Ryder would have forgotten.
Don't you bring
No.
me into this.
What?
I heard
What?
that tie at the beginning of that. You're like, Ryder.
He's-
Look, I could do my math. What the fuck was that?
Was that a
God
cop?
help.
Ha! There's an extra copper coin I found.
Why was it there?
Nice.
So now I have 31.
You know what? For that, yeah.
God damn it.
I'll take it.
You need every coin you can.
We really do.
So how much do you guys earn?
Couple gold.
Just a couple.
If we're going by technical math, probably about like 18 gold.
We earn less than 20.
That is still a substantial amount.
Enough for us to all at least get a room with a nice meal. So, how did your guys' end go?
It was alright.
Still questionable things are happening here. But either way, I'm still investigating. Hard to say if made any good progress.
Alright.
Well, tomorrow we can help you with whatever the search, because I would work more, but I'm not sure I will make as much go today as I did. I'll make as much go tomorrow as I did today.
I see some of us are tired and might as well go find a place to rest up.
Ryder's like covered in sweat.
I just turn around. and
You're in a
swim.
cold sweat too, because it's
Oh,
cold
yeah.
up here. So you are being sweaty. Like everyone else is kind of bundled up some. Putting on your jester's clothing is relatively skin tight, so it doesn't hold your heat very well. But being so active helped you. But now that you're starting to cool off and your body is returning to its normal temperature, you're getting
freezing.
very cold.
Yeah, can we actually find somewhere to go? I am.
I've never seen nipples so hard in my life.
I know.
They
I
are
could-
prominent.
I can
It's a
cut
diamond
diamond
cutter.
these.
Oh, whore.
Yeah, damn it, go for
Let's go inside the tavern.
I mean, why not? We already used it to change once.
Yeah. I go in and I go find the room. I change and change again, so I can wear some better clothes.
Easily enough. It's nothing difficult. Basically, I kept away from describing the interior just because I'm pretty sure we're going to all talk about it here in a second anyways. As everyone enters in to the Barrow's Touch, the interior of it is sprawled out. There are slight bars that go up the length of the entrance, which is just a very casual glass-paned door. So when you push it open, the interior of it, the two sides that are on the other sides of these railings are slightly levitated up, So the are basically kind of like elevated tables for people to be patrons and sit at. Coasting along the left side of the wall, there seems to be an elvish woman there at a bar stool, it looks like, or a bar stand. The length of it goes to the left and coasts down up against the wall where there is a slight wooden beam to like open up and walk through. She's there serving a number of glasses to patrons. Straight ahead of you is a podium that has a large, sprawled out book, substantially comically large, with a small halfling man on the other side of it. When he peeks his head up, you can see he's got light red, glistening eyes, and in long, draped clothing. To the right side of the establishment looks to be rooms that stem across the backside in a elongated fashion. So it's the podium's here, there's the wall behind him, and then it goes off into its own slight division of rooms. Welcome to the Sparrow's Touch. What can I help you with? As he's just like motioning you all to get in further. I gotta say, friend, thank you very much for your help here. Got lots of people in here now, as it is packed with people that were watching your show now coming in here. I have them a free drink, but they seem to be staying easily for a good half an hour, getting a good amount of food in. So I gotta thank you. Behind him, there's weird. Also to his right, so to your left, there's a open windowsill that has a kitchen behind it. So how can I help you?
Oh, actually, you guys look pretty busy, but do you have enough room for the 6 of us here?
Easily enough.
Oh.
And you know what? I'll give it to you for free for tonight, just for all the amazing help that you brought to outside of this establishment.
Ah, well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Is there anything that you need, like some water, some drink, or anything? Looking a little bit cold. We got some nice
hot meal.
stuff.
A hot meal for all of us, and yeah, that'll be it for now.
Absolutely. We don't really have any tables set up, but I could bring it to your room if you'd like.
Ah, that'll be perfectly fine.
All right, perfect. I'll give you a nice, friendly touch. We'll say for a nice, good, hot meal for everyone involved here, say 5 silver.
All right. Felix, pay the good man, please.
As you're pulling out coins, you hear a slight bell, just like ding, as there's about 3 plates set up. I'll get right through that. He pulls up his arm, looks at a slight like a lettering, like a table order, sort of like placard. Table 83, which one is that? That one over there? There's only 5 tables in here. When he pulls up his sleeve, there is like an arm-like device that attaches to his shoulder, coasts down to his elbow, and then coasts to his hand with string. He puts 3 of the plates onto these slight riveted positions, aims very carefully. Alright, get ready! And he opens up his hand. When he does, you can see these slight rings attached to the index finger and his pointer finger. He'll slide out, and you can hear as this arm shoots out through the side and throws the plates over to the table. Each of them catches it, some of the food's splattering onto them, but it's all in good fun, and they enjoy themselves.
Oh.
At that point, he pulls out a slight winch and starts wheeling it back in at the cusp of here.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Gotta put on a little bit of a show for people here. They like themselves a good game. When he does, he keeps winding it back for about a good 15, 20 seconds, and it latches on. You can see him clench his fist closed.
Oh, well, that's something you don't see every day. Interesting contraption you got there.
Yeah, it's something I made a while back.
Oh. Well, if you don't mind, we'd like to have our room keys then.
Absolutely. He pulls out with his left hand, pulls out from a drawer, takes the 5 silver for the food, hands you guys the key. It's the one at the farthest end. It's the most accommodating for the 6 of you. So,
Alright. Well, thank you. We'll be right there.
alright, the food shall be ready in about, we're very busy, so I'd say a good half an hour to an hour.
Alright, that'll be
Wait
fine.
a second.
Oh,
Who's not with us if there's only 6 of us?
is it only six? Oh,
Oh,
there
7.
of us?
7. Bina.
Yeah,
Bina.
forgot about her.
I did as well.
The 7 of us.
Still 5 silver. Oops. Well, that'll make it slightly less accommodating for the 7 of you. Because it's already been made in my brain. So.
Nice.
When you get to the end of the hall, there's several rooms on the sides that are of lock and key. The doors themselves are very reinforced and sturdy wood. Each of them has their own respective labelings etched into the center of it that are labeled with numbers. Yours is room 10. When you open the door, there are 3 large beds across the backside, 2 dressers on both ends when you enter. Basically, you're entering into the middle of the room, and there's light stands in each of the corners, so it's fairly bright in here. I say light stands, it's sconces with slight balls of light attached to the ends of them.
Balls of light.
But yeah, you
What?
are in your room. Anybody doing anything?
I don't know, knowing Ryder, he probably just relaxed in his bed after working out that long.
I'll also say this would have happened earlier, but I'll also say Ryder, Rex, and Gopher make intelligence checks.
Intelligence checks? Oh man, let me tell you.
What the?
And let me tell you about Gopher as well. Oh, okay. I rolled well. That's fine. I got a 61.
Nice. So 16?
Okay, yeah, 19.
Oh.
It was just backwards. You almost believed me, huh?
Well, I thought 16. Oh, yeah, that does kind of look like a 61.
Oh my god. 9? Again?
Nice. Nice.
Rex?
13.
Okay. Rex and Gopher, nothing necessarily comes to mind. But, Ryder, you swear you've seen that arm thing before. That
Oh.
Schmitty had.
Wasn't it part of that Assassins? That had, like, the arm blade?
It is very reminiscent of that.
But it's not that.
It doesn't have a blade to it, but it acts exactly the same way as you
That-
are now
that's right.
recalling. I was going to give you less, but then you literally brought it up, and I'm like, okay, well, he knows which one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. You didn't say anything, and I was like, do they not actually see it?
I mean, I had a small feeling, but I was like, I mean, yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, Felix and Ira weren't there, and I mean, I was going to roll for Jacqueline too, but
Okay.
I
guess-
if Jake was here, Jake would have absolutely caught that.
Yeah, I think he didn't caught this. I was about to say before I go to my room, I was about to go talk to the owner.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't hear that.
Well,
Yeah.
before that, I guess I'll say, I would bring it up saying, you guys recognize that device he was using?
No.
No.
It's- Well, not you guys. I guess old
Why'd
party.
you ask us,
Yeah.
I was looking at the other.
asshole?
Well, anyways, I believe that belonged to those assassins we ran into when we were in that caravan, and we stopped at the inn.
Oh yeah.
Remember those assassins with the arm blades?
Yeah, dude.
Now, after saying it, Gopher, you were well acquainted with that device. In
Yeah,
fact,
I got-
Yeah,
as
'cause
you were the
Gopher
first
was
to get
hit.
hit.
Yeah, I got hit by a good.
My character will say yes. As a player, I'll say no.
These are the people that were insulting people, and this is when Gopher threw the table, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one
That's
that
when
you.
we had like
That's when I wasn't there.
20 people helping us
No,
fight
you were there.
too.
You
so-
started in the barn, though. You didn't actually go with the group. You stayed in the barn.
Yeah, so I wasn't there.
And the Lord
As a
Lord locked
player.
himself
Oh,
upstairs.
yeah, that's right. You weren't there.
I was
Oh, he
like,
got in.
You were at the table, but you weren't in the fight because you were just hanging out with fucking oh god.
gnome.
Yeah, the
the
gnome. I
gnome.
can't remember his name now. But anyways,
Lord Wood.
No, he was upstairs locked in the room, remember?
yeah, the Lard
Yeah.
Lord, the Lard Lord
After, like,
was
fucking
in the
smack
upstairs
them,
room,
right?
yeah. after they were terrified from a raging behemoth, basically. Anyways, yeah, you are very well acquainted with this device. It looked different considering it didn't have a blade, but the way that it worked, the way it functioned, and the mechanism itself acted exactly the same way.
I think we should be on our guard when we're sleeping here.
Why?
Well, if he's related to those assassins, who knows? They could have, well, beef with us. Beef.
So now you
Forgive me
have
if I'm mistaken.
issues with assassins?
I mean,
Let it be.
that Harvey. Yeah. Tell them all the knowledge, what we've been doing with them.
Basically, now you know everything of what happened on the journey involving
Yeah.
Yeah,
these
I
people.
thought I already was told that.
That was a
I'm pretty sure you
17-hour
already were, Charles.
explanation, thank you.
It's actually more like a
Meanwhile-
60-hour explanation.
Actually, well, the assassins only perform for money, correct?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's the difference between them and murderers, yes?
And
Look at
honestly,
me, I'm learning.
sounds like.
They wouldn't attack us
They
unless
were-
there's a bounty on you.
Well, also, does it sound like the assassins were there for them in particular in the first place?
Doesn't, no. Are any of you secretly rich?
I mean, if I was, we wouldn't be in this situation, huh? Making money.
Maybe you just lost your wallet. I don't know.
Be all in
Oh.
a bank on the other side of the ocean.
That too.
I mean, aren't you the richest one here, Ira?
I'm rich of spirit, not of material value.
Ira gave all of her coins to to you right when you made it back to El Terrell. It was like there's so little amount of money.
We had nothing.
Yeah.
And we are absolutely broke. We're
Yeah,
broke bitches.
we're getting back there.
You're alright now.
Got about 50 gold saved up now.
Is that a lot?
That's one potion of healing, my friend.
It's a lot.
I don't quite grasp currency.
It's
It-
enough we don't have to worry about places to stay.
Good.
You buy nice items though? No, not even close.
So I walk out the room and go back to the dining area.
Okay, so stepping out, Schmitty is there at the podium still. He's basically etching into the book as not much time has passed since you've had this conversation. Your stay, basically. Ah, there's something else you need.
Smitty, right?
Mhm.
The owner of this place.
Yes, sir. Proud
I'm,
establishment for about 15 years. I'm kidding, it was more so like 12, but a little bit closer to a decade.
He
But
was number one.
we've been here for a good long time.
that answer one of my questions, but
Oh, perfect. Sorry, didn't mean to flaunt in front of you.
can you fill me in on what happened 15 years ago here at this exact location?
Oh, you're talking about the destroyed place, right? I don't actually know much about that. When I came here, I had a couple of friends that we commandeered this place. We kind of bought it out. Then they got out of the business, so now it runs solely for me. But we came in on a ferry, so we didn't know anything about what actually happened to this building. Sorry, I just know that we built it on the same foundation. We used the same sort of layout.
I'm guessing you used the same materials, or reused the materials that was here before.
We wanted to pay homage to whatever was here, because it was built fairly well. It's just that accidents must have happened. But basically, if I'm understanding how it was built, because, well, I'll be honest, I'm not much of a person that's going to build this. We hired people to build it. They had to replace a few things, and they also built it. There were some friends that my associates knew, so they built it, but they put it together using a good amount of what was originally here, and then some extra materials they forwarded in.
So the people that you hired to build a establishment, were there any items that was here been kept, or that kind of deal?
Not really any valuables. Everything was kind of gone. Sorry, friend, but you're did you know what was here before?
Yes, I used to know what was here, but now it's gone, and I'm trying to dig up what I can, what happened here.
Sorry, friend. I'm not exactly sure. I know whatever it was a big deal. People were pretty upset about it. There was something weird.
Like what?
Something with the building. We walled it up, but I can't say it right now.
Is he making a suggestion of me come back to him at a later time?
You get that he's not necessarily nervous about giving out this information. He just is hesitant because it would be disturbing. I'll bring it to your attention when I deliver your food. How about that? If you've got some history with this place, I am all ears. And all hands on deck to help you if you need it.
Alright. Fair deal.
Perfect. So, in about 45 minutes to an hour, we'll have your food to you, and then I'll explain why there was something weird, what that weird thing was.
Alright. And also, one last thing. Is there a graveyard close by here?
Close by? No. Most of the most of the past are brought towards the city walls. That's where we tend to get the most greenery. So, nearest one, maybe 10 minutes out, close to the exit.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll walk back to my room. Hey, Felix.
Yes.
Can I borrow... for player knowledge, how much is a bouquet of flowers?
Not expensive. I mean, I guess it depends on the amount of flowers, but if you're looking for like a classical bouquet of flowers, probably a good 4 copper.
Hey, Felix, can I borrow 4 copper?
Or
I want to buy flowers.
how about I just come with you? Save you some money.
Don't take so long. Don't take too long, guys. The food should be here soon.
I'm not going right now today. I'm going probably early in the morning when the shop is open.
Is there a flower shop around here?
It's getting closer to nighttime, so in the civilization you could probably find a shop that's probably giving out flowers or selling greenery, just because in the civilization area of NeverWinter, it's a lot of just man-made and homemade goods or shopping stores, etc. So basically, you'll probably find one. It might just take like a couple minutes to find, but because there's not going to necessarily be any signs out for it. Not like well-off establishments. That would be more so near the barrows, or near the barrows.
There has to be some kind of florist shop around here. So.
Right? You can go whenever you want. After we eat.
It's kind of late. I don't know if we want to be. That's the best time to go. I said I was going tomorrow morning.
If that's when you want to go, that's when we'll go.
He's saying he has druid craft and can just make you some flowers. you didn't bring that up?
You have druid craft?
I do.
How?
Hey, you're not gonna tell me about this?
Yeah,
How is this possible?
I still need some seeds.
What?
I can't just make
Do
flowers out of nothing. Grow and be there permanently out of nothing.
You have a level in druid?
I don't.
What?
It's his it's your warlock thing,
My
right?
book.
Oh yeah, no, your book. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Also, how I have encoded thoughts.
Anyways, so after some time passes, a good half an hour, relaxing. The beds are very comfortable. The space in here is also very well off in that it is very soundproof. When you Rex especially, you could tell when Rex would enter or leave, there was the sounds of clattering and chatting, but then when the door closed, it was very, very muffled and very well quiet in this room. You get the impression that you are going to be able to very soundly sleep or talk without the fear of somebody listening in. After some time, there's a quick knock on the door, just a...
Oh.
It's low on the door.
I think that's our meal.
Or it's a knife waiting to stab you in the knees.
Go to the door, open it up.
It's Schmitty carrying a knife with
Stab.
with the plates of food.
I knew it. He's got a knife. Everybody get ready.
He gets off the food and stabs
You
Cal.
fools! We all have knives.
So basically, I got stabbed from everybody plus Smitty. And the player foods.
Oh, wrong person.
We've been with the assassins all along.
That would be the biggest
God.
play
We've
ever.
been playing the whole Great God's War just for this one moment.
Goodbye, Rex.
No.
Wait, I was
Sorry.
serious.
What? No.
What?
Bringing you the plates of food. They look to be of veal, accompanied with a fish dish that's side portioned with a number of vegetables and potato.
Potato.
A potato, like a baked potato.
A whole potato.
Yes, a whole. Okay, a half a potato that is baked.
Half a baked potato.
No, it's a fully baked potato. All right.
So with the half-baked potato.
The half baked is it was only put in the microwave for about like 30 seconds.
Welcome to Schmitty's. We have half a baked potato and the tail of a fish.
Heck no.
And only one
Explain why
side
it
of
was
a
only
cow
just
tongue.
5 silver for 7 of us.
You also get the impression that that could have been a deal for, like, in addition to getting the rooms, cut you a deal for a good meal.
A
While
deal
still
for a
charging.
meal. A veal. Mm,
What a steal!
there it is.
Anyways,
I refused.
he brings you the food, sets it onto the dressers. All right. So, you had that question, right? The
You said something. There was something weird about this place before you built it.
Yep. Like I said, we just came to the town or to the city. We didn't know anything about the past. We just needed this place so that way we could make a living, stay here for some time, and now my friends fucked off. But there was a room that didn't make sense when we were there. The place was collapsed. But this definitely was not from the collapsed part of it. This clearly happened from someone else's actions.
What was
we built
in the
around
room?
it. We built around it because we didn't know what kind of bad juju or freaky magic could be affecting it. But the room had a large amount of blood on the floor. Not like someone was hurt, or there was a body there, or something. This looked big. Like the whole floor was smattered in it. The pieces that were around it, like the walls that used to be walls, were coated in it too. It was a big place.
And you said you built around it.
We built around it because although the room itself was somewhat big, we didn't want to deal with it, so we built around it, pretty much. It's in the foundation of the building.
So where, if I may ask, is it, do you guys have an entrance just in case?
No, we didn't want anybody to go near it. Why? I'm just saying that that's all that was weird about it when we were trying to start building here. Why do you want to see that?
I'm trying to see. I lost some part of my memories. I was wondering if I go to that room, maybe something will pop up.
See,
If
okay.
you say you don't want no one wanting it, then I'll expect that.
Okay.
That's what I'm just asking. If it's no, we'll leave it be from there.
You said you lost a piece of your memory? So how old were you when you were here for that? Because you definitely didn't work here. And it definitely
he looked
happened
up-
probably about before it broke, or when it broke. So that was like 15 years ago. You would have been like 2.
Was there something wrong with being young?
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with being young. I'm only asking because if you've got history with this place, I'm all for helping out. It's just that I need to understand what's going to be going on. Because, I mean, I live here. I live upstairs, for one. 2, if we wanted to get into that room, I would have to break part of the wall that's open to customers. So we would have to close the place, and if we're gonna do that, we're gonna have to like scratch each other's back here.
So, I'm going to try to summarize this. This, apparently from what I understand, because I'm not from here, we're trying to help him. He has a gap in his memory that he can't remember.
Gotcha.
From his
Gap,
childhood.
Gap when he was like 3. Yeah.
Problem is that's not when the gap was from. This is where it starts getting confusing. The
I'm
building
already
here
confused.
used to be an orphanage, from what we understood,
In
and then it collapsed. Yes. So, but the time frames we're being told clash horribly. So something bigger is going on, and the fact that you've added a room covered in blood doesn't help.
Well, we bought the plot from the city beforehand.
I'm not blaming you.
Okay.
I'm just saying the big picture has gotten bigger in a bad way. A room covered in blood in time frames that don't add up. Never good.
Understandable. I'm just... Look, I want to help if you need it. Like, people have problems. This is a thing. If you have a gap in your memory, by all means, we'll get that memory back. I hope. I'm not sure. Or at least I'll do something. But I'm just saying that if we're going to do this, I just need a little help with something else. That's all.
And we're willing.
That might be, hold on to that thought, Felix. What's the thing that you need help? Hello?
His name is Felix. I don't think Felix was the one that needed help with something. He was just trying to say that he was here to help, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe?
But
Okay.
you say you need help though.
Right. Well, it's not really help. It would help.
That thing might be.
It's competition. That's all.
Is it competition of strength?
No, not like a contest. I'm saying that there is competition with the Barrow's Touch that I would like to not have as much competition with.
I see.
There's an old associate of mine about 5 minutes away. Excuse me, I had a little bit of the lunch myself. Not from yours, from my own. But, my associate there is a bit more vindictive, you could say. And, well, when most of my friends, when we bought this place, left, they wanted to stay in, but they didn't really put in anything towards it. They just were, like, a part of it. And I told them that I'm out. I'm not doing that. If they want, they can stay, but they'll have to pay. I'm not gonna, they're not gonna earn anything. They can't bring their friends there. So then they went off and they bought their own building. It's not really the same. It's like a embedded place. Beside the point, my associate there is very vindictive and is willing to cause problems for me if I don't adhere to certain demands.
Being blackmailed?
I am.
Oh, what is
blackmailed over old work?
What
Old
was
work being-
his demand?
Well, there's two questions there. One, it's just old work. I was a builder and built things.
I smell bullshit. The smelliest bullshit I've ever smelt. Can I make an insight check?
Go ahead. Go ahead and make an insight check. To answer your question on what he wants, he wants me to now and again make things for him again. I've been out of that business. I mainly just focus on my facility here. So they've been wanting me to make a few things, and I'm not part of that anymore.
That is a 21, but I believe I already have an answer.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh boy, man, is he not telling the truth? He's telling the truth, but he is definitely keeping pretty key points away from. He's being very vague in his answers.
Friend, we will help you, but you have to tell us the truth.
I think I have a feeling.
The whole truth.
Thing is, you keep your little launcher there hidden when you're not using it.
Well, I mean, that's just because it gets in the way.
Does it by chance pertain to other uses for that?
Marks like this never tend to stay. Never tend to go away, I should say. And he pulls up the arm, that's the same one that has the device, but he pulls it up further to show his shoulder, and you can see there's an embedded, almost,
Human to metal skin.
No.
What?
It's
It's
not
an
automail?
implant. It's not an implanted arm or anything.
It's not automail?
What's that called? A brand.
Blade?
No, a brand.
Oh, brand.
He was branded with a symbol that would be very reminiscent to what the three of you know as the symbol of the sparks. A slight ignition symbol encompassed in a circle that has a fuse forming out of the circle. So basically like an exploding bomb.
The ones that were bombing Waterdeep, smile.
Yeah, the ones that were bombing Waterdeep. This mark was something that, trying to choose my words very carefully here.
I don't want to explode.
I was a member of the Sparks. I want to say I was associated with them. I wasn't necessarily a member. I didn't participate in anything. I want to get that very clear. But I built things for them. I built these things, and he holds, and it like cranks and clanks around as he's like bending his arm. They wanted different things, and I built those.
Things that kill people.
2 player knowledge. We got one, but we sold it, right? To the
yeah, you gave it.
We
to,
had a few.
I thought one was like completely broken that we couldn't really do anything with it.
Yeah, one was broken that you tried to use to learn, and two of the tieflings just stared at it for
I remember
a
that.
good few minutes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was
So
good
we
shit.
don't have
You don't have one
any
on
of
you.
the.
Yeah, you don't have any of them. They're all gone basically.
Okay.
Um,
I thought we had one.
no. Jacqueline was the only one that actually kept one on her, but then when she learned that she can't hold a shield with it because of the forced closed fist, she basically took it off and was like, "I'm not using this because I need my
Pretty
shield."
sure we have like 2,
You had two of them, and then like a destroyed one.
and then we left them in Waterdeep.
Yeah, or you gave them away or something. They're gone. We're beside the point. The people were very persuasive. All right, I was down on my luck. I had nothing going on for me, and before I was there, I was just making small little gadgets to try to make some sort of living, and it didn't work. This guy came by and he said that he had a big group, a group that would reform the world, and that he needed me. He needed me, somebody who did nothing except make little toys. And it felt nice. But that's when we were shipped here. I say we, it was more like me and a couple of other people that were more involved. That's where this one person comes from. They wanted more and more, and eventually I thought, I don't want to. They didn't take that very well, and so I reported a theft of a higher standing person's belongings. And that theft might have been orchestrated by me and then planted onto them. They were arrested, thrown out of the city, but one of them was able to talk his way out of not actually being involved. Which, I mean, he wasn't. So, props to him, I guess. He's a member of the Sparks too, and he's keeping an eye on me. Because if I were to try to leave the city, I'm pretty sure I would die.
And who is this person?
Up the street, about 5 minutes away, you'll find a small hovel. You see that he's actually being, like, kind of toxic and just bashing the way that the place looks. But it's a small hole in the wall that's called, something with his name. Vents. It's like it's something to do with machinery. It's called like Vince's Vents or something like that. I can't remember it necessarily, but it's a place where he's making deals with people, kind of like a loan agency. He gives out money, and that's where he's been blackmailing me, because he's been able to allow certain people into the city to take what I've been making to then bring them to use them.
This is all very vague.
Basically, he's taking the devices that he's blackmailing me with and bringing them to where the organization is held, the main location. I don't know what they do with it from there. I can only imagine that they have other people that are very capable at constructing things, and they are reverse engineering them.
So he never has you build the same thing.
No. And that's why I'm
Okay.
concerned, because they're getting worse and worse. But I can't
When-
do anything. If I try to say something, he has money everywhere within the city.
When is the next one supposed to be delivered?
I'm supposed to make it in about 3 days. It's this... It's upstairs. I only just recently started on it, primarily because I was trying to figure out a way to get out of it. But, it's not good. And it's... Well, let's just say if somebody were to see it, you would be arrested on the spot and possibly tried for, anarchy. This isn't something that's just, like, personal. This is a big thing. It's gonna affect buildings of people. It's an explosion. It's a device that will be able to be planted, and then after some time, remotely triggered with the command word.
Is it complete?
No, God no. Not even close. The biggest hurdle that I have right now is to have a delayed explosion be triggered by just a simple command word. That's difficult to pull off. This is just machinery. This I can make in a heartbeat. This is components and chemical components that I have to be very careful of.
I'm not normally one for this sort of thing, but you seem to have the answer to your predicament right in front of you. You continue to develop this thing, and you arm it before you send it away. Once
But-
it's where it's supposed to be, then I suppose we see.
Then what are we gonna do with the other person though? Most likely he's not gonna go with the shipment to the main area.
No, he doesn't. He's
So
able
the
to
mo-
move it with some others that he
So in other words, the moment
manipulates.
he heard information on that, he will be killed. So what are we gonna do with that person though? Before I see where you're getting at, but we gotta still deal with the main problem he's having.
If this device is sent away, once they are gone, we could deal with this person. That is, if we want to get involved at all.
This is just that's what I would need to open the wall for you. That's all I'm saying. We can both completely ignore everything that has just been said and go our separate ways. Just know that I'm not involved and I'm peaceful. Okay? Okay.
Yes.
So I guess. So technically, you've never left the organization, correct?
No.
You're still an active
I'm
terrorist?
that's where the blackmail comes from, is that they kind of can bring that up, and then I'm gonna be either kicked out of the city to then die by them, or I die in here. One of those two. Those are the only options I've got for me if I try anything.
They say dying at home is peaceful.
Really, I feel like I'm in a bit of a a little much.
Alright. Can you give us some time to think about this?
Absolutely. I'll bring some drinks Just.
I mean, I guess I just have one more question.
Anything.
Have you ever delivered anything that doesn't work correctly?
Not.
Or needed more time than they gave you?
There was an instance where, they wanted something that I could not deliver. That it was something that was beyond what I could do. Well, I mean, it was bad, but they didn't necessarily do anything.
They just weren't happy.
They definitely weren't happy. And then they asked more of something else, basically. They raised the number of things that they wanted from me more frequently, rather than just asking for something that I could do. They wanted a way to amass a large group of people and transport them instantaneously to another. I'm not one that can deal with big, severe segments of magic. I can do very minor things like command words and some wirings here and there and some like minor enchantments. That's a big ask, and I told them I couldn't do it. It wasn't like they gave me money. They're not giving me things to do these. I have to do this on my own.
I mean, that I think. I was just more wondering if we. Because you've got 3 days.
Yeah. I
Being
could,
away
I
if
could
we
probably
could get,
do it, but
get us more time.
I could, probably. If I just tell them that I need more time, I'm sure they would probably, hopefully, wait. I don't... As far as I can tell, they're not using these yet. They don't have, like, a set date that they need this. They just want it. And they're keeping an eye on me to make sure that I'm doing it.
That should be all we need for now.
Okay. I'll give you some time to think. I'm gonna go back out there. It's been some time, so thank you again for listening and not murdering me for knowing what I do. I will be right out front. And he pushes open the door, walks out.
Well, you heard him here. What's everybody's thoughts on this?
I mean,
Everything's sketchy.
There are
yes,
no good
but
sides
also,
to any of this.
Not really at all.
yeah, I know no way to help him. That
I'm not
isn't-
sure he deserves our help anyway.
It's unfortunately at this moment not about whether he deserves it or not. If we want access to this room, we
It all
have to
depends
help
on
him.
Rex.
How you know the room is real though? That's the thing.
That's a
Well,
good point.
to be fair, as he didn't really.
He did lie to us before, though.
Yes, but for. He had a very specific lie ready then.
Yes, but we are also obviously powerful, opposed to these peasants.
Tyler,
Yes.
is it possible to make a pass insight?
Sure, I can give you an insight check. Basically over like the whole conversation.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Make an insight check.
$16.
16. With the small time that you've involved yourself with Schmitty, spoken with, seen, you haven't noticed any like unnatural ticks to if he's lying. Because even when he was withholding information, he wasn't necessarily lying. He was just trying to not say certain things. After coming fully out, you can tell that he's pretty earnest and seems almost like an open book. He's not trying to hide anything. If he does, it is unintentional.
And he said the layout of his establishment is almost similar to the original building it was before.
Yes, it's just that it's just that they walled in that part, but the rest of the layout should be the same. Apart from the second floor, there wasn't a second floor.
From my past orphanage, was there a door when he described it when he built around it?
Yeah, it used to be a room, so it had a door.
Yeah, like where he built around it, because he says close to the entrance of the establishment.
It's not that it's close to the entrance; it's that it would be open to the customers. Not that it's necessarily next to the entrance. It's that it's to get to it, it would destroy part of the wall, which would then show it.
Okay, then.
Well, there's a different wall we can destroy, I guess, is what Calvin's saying.
You would have to look at what is different between the layout now versus then. To try to find the room yourself, you'd have to try to figure out.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
So, according to, if I just walked in the same thing, then I should recognize that room.
From where you walked in, So, I'll give you a rough estimate of what the orphanage was laid out as. There was the front entryway. That was where the kids would tend to store their clothes for the winters, as well as shoes, because they had to be in orderly fashion up against the wall. To the right, which is where your rooms are, was where the children's rooms would be, layered out with bunk beds and throw pillows. To the left, where the kitchen was, would be where the communal room is, where the tabletop would be for dinners and also associated toys would be. In that area, there is a office space, but you haven't been to the kitchen, so you can't tell if that room exists or not. Apart from that, there's also a number of closets that you do not see. There used to be one in the main entryway that doesn't seem to be there anymore. Used to be where the bar is. And then there was one in the communal room, which you haven't been able to look in as either because you haven't been to the kitchen.
Well, when it comes down to it, I still want to see this room. If it helps gain my memory and another puzzle piece solving this whole mystery of what happened to us. but knowing the drone we had, I'm assuming you guys don't want to try to avoid us trouble as much as possible, even though, if I'm not correct, the sparks, we found out that the spark works with the cult.
Yes.
Right?
Well, you made the assumption that because... Well, actually, no, yeah, because Karn spoke about
Corn.
involvements with the cult. So yes, the sparks work with the cult.
The band Korn works with the cult.
Yes.
Impressive.
Quantisis?
So, even though there's
Children
a member
of
here of the Sparks that's
Outlander.
what's everyone's thoughts?
They
What
deserve
you or
to die. It is that simple.
So you're down to help?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is related to your past, and the past is what we need. I will help. Do what I can.
That's 2.
I mean, I ain't got anywhere else to go.
Invalid.
But this, remember, this probably end up leading more trouble.
But
You worship a god of Bahamut of justice, and this might lead to something on justice.
you think that people were doing this don't deserve having some justice done to them? They bombed a city.
The amount of innocent blood on their hands cannot be overlooked.
No. But the main problem is, I'm not sure how to deal with this without either actively having to just slaughter or endanger innocents.
Yes. Keep your comments to yourself, please. My apologies.
We're stuck with this man who has what he has created, from what I understand, an opposing bar.
Yes.
That's only here to
Be a cover,
keep
basically.
his. Yeah. He doesn't care about it. But people still obviously somewhat go there.
That is another matter for debate. Does this man deserve the same fate as those he worked for with?
I don't think he deserves. He seems to
seems-
want to get out and
Well,
to
if
not.
you really want the tournament, I say, yeah, he shouldn't share the fate. I mean, look at me.
I agree.
His punishment for the crime deserves to be different.
If he is looking to repent, I shall deal with that later.
So, Felix, are you going to help?
Yes.
Gopher?
Man.
He's gonna go for it.
Joe Gopher's already out the door.
he's already halfway down the street with the sword out. I'm on my way!
We're not going yet?
Gopher, wait! Come back!
Wait, we weren't going yet?
He's- turns over. Oh, where'd everybody go?
Oh, shit. Too early?
Jacqueline, majority folks, you're coming.
Yeah.
Alright,
These
So-
people are liars and they must be smited.
Yeah.
so
No.
Does anybody have a plan, or should we scout?
I say we wait until this device is done.
Feel like we can definitely use the device. But I also do think we should do some scouting.
Are we using device on him or the main base?
I feel like
The main base, correct?
but
I
that
mean,
won't
it's
solve
more-
his that
If
won't
this
solve
device
his
is
immediate problem.
No, but it will definitely help us when we have to clean them out.
True. That's why I thought you were going the first place. So I kind of agree. But
Yes.
I mean, we got to deal with that person though.
The only
I
issue is though,
wonder-
the only issue pertaining to this device though, is if there is collateral damage.
Yeah, that's
Which I
why I
will
was
not abide.
thinking maybe we use it to deal with the immediate problem because we can't see where it's going. Heck, we won't know when it arrives at where it's going.
We could follow it.
Well, with
What if it
these,
goes
with this
to-
debate,
And what if
Let's-
it goes across the sea?
We don't follow it.
with
Yeah,
this
there we go.
debate,
We
we're
don't know.
gonna-
We wouldn't know where it
We're
arrives. at its
calling a
destination.
break. We're 3 hours in. All right. Save the ideas.
No.
We'll catch back to this in a second. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll
No.
be back again with another Misrolled Adventures where the players make
How
plans
dare
and
you.
horribly execute them. We'll be back.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.